Shalom! I'm so glad you're here to create some Jewish art with us. We're going to be celebrating Yom Ha'atzmaut, Israel's Independence Day, by making a craft using just paper, markers, scissors, and tape to make a firecracker. You see here I've written I Heart Israel on the top, and I've done the Israeli flag on the side, and I've used highlighter and yellow marker to create the sparks of the firecracker. So let's get started. What we're going to do is make the top first. So take a bowl or a lid or anything about that side, put it on your first paper and trace around it. Great, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now what you want to do is make a dot just about in the middle. Find the middle, doesn't have to be exact, put a little dot. And now make a line from the dot to one edge. Great work. What you're going to do is cut out the circle. When you're finished cutting it out, you can put your scrap paper into your recycling bin. And remember the straight line we drew? We're going to snip that. And we're going to stop at the dot. Great job. How are you doing over here?
Good.
Keep at it. Okay, so now, as you can see, this will form the cone, the top of the firecracker. A little bit of this edge will be overlapped, so make sure not to decorate there. Let's do some decorations on the top now. Yeah, cut that line. So I'm going to write I Heart. And I'm going to leave a little reflection mark that I'll leave white once I color in the heart. Israel. You could do smiley faces, hearts, anything you want. I'm going to take my blue because blue is one of the flag colors of Israel, and I'm going to trace over my words. So I have a blue and white color scheme on my firecracker. Yeah, Israel's I-S-R-A-E-L. And if you don't want to do writing, you don't have to do any writing at all. You could do just some coloring, however you want to make it personal. Oh, I see my 9-year-old helper here is drawing the flag of Israel. That's fantastic. We're going to have other chances to color more, so you don't have to fit everything into this small space. Great job. Okay, you can keep working. Now what we're going to do is fold the cone. That's okay, you just cut yourself twice. Fold the cone, and you're going to take a piece of tape. Yeah, like this. Let me help you. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your cut wedge, and if you have a decoration here, you're going to fold it like that, and then put some tape. And you can put the tape around to the underside of the cone. Great, so we're going to set that aside for now. Take your second piece of tape paper. You have your cone? Great. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your second piece of paper and you're going to cut off one strip. that is going to be this part of our firecracker. So you don't need to measure. You can just draw a line simply. If you like to draw before you cut, you can go on and do that. If you would like to just cut, you could also just start cutting. That's fine. Okay. So now that I have the part of the rocket cut off, I'm going to make a little line at the top so that I don't cut past that line. We're going to not cut there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut strips here for the sparklers. If you are a person who likes to draw lines to help you cut, you can do that, or you can just cut. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay, so now we have these hanging down. I chose to use a highlighter because firecrackers are really bright, so I'm going to color in with a firecracker. You could use with a highlighter, you could use combinations of yellow, orange, red, anything that's bright. Go on ahead and color both sides. Okay, you like the highlighter? So now that you see I've colored both sides, I'm ready to curl it. You don't have to curl it if you don't want to, but if you choose to, take a marker or a pencil, anything you have, wrap one end around your pencil and give it a squeeze. Being careful not to rip, slowly unravel it, and you'll see that the paper is now curled. You can do the next one in the opposite direction if you want them to curl opposite, or the same direction. I'm wrapping it around, I'm stopping right where I ended cutting, and I'm unrolling it. And this is going to give a lot of movement to our craft. Because we know that when firecrackers are lit, they're really moving around. It's a nice way to celebrate Israel's Independence Day, Yom Ha'atzmaut, with firecrackers, fireworks. We do that in America for the 4th of July. It's a nice way to have a celebration. Okay, so now that I have the sparklers ready, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to take my piece of paper, my second piece of paper back. Remember I had cut a piece off from here, and I'm going to decorate this. It's going to be put into a tube, a cylinder, open on both ends. So part of it will overlap and be taped. So you don't need to color to the ends. You see that what I did when I did the Israeli flag is I just centered it. And I'm going to show how to draw a Jewish star, a 6-pointed star. I'm going to use a thick marker with a chisel tip so that all I have to do is make one mark and my line will be thick already. If I use a thinner marker and I draw like that, I might have to go back in and color it more, which is perfectly fine. It will just take me more time. So I'm going to finish by drawing a triangle, just like that. I'm going to draw an upside down triangle. And now I have my completed Magen David, my Jewish star. Because this is not a real flag I'm drawing, I'm going to show the bottom lines wavy to try to give it some movement. Drawing 2 guidelines here, and I'm going to fill it in. Again, I'm using blue, the color of the Israeli flag. Well done. And now I'm doing one at the top. And your squiggles don't need to be exact. Don't worry about that. Okay. If you wanted to do other things like smiley faces, that would be cute. A circle. Color it in. Some eyes. Anything that you want. You can add your own ideas to it. So now that I have the cylinder of the firecracker formed, I'm going to get my other pieces back, my sparklers, and the tip. What I'm going to do is make sure I have a piece of tape ready. And I'm using clear tape. You can hang it off the edge of the table. I'll just put mine right on the scissors there so it's easy for me. I'm going to take my cylinder and I'm going to fold it like that. Now, before I tape it, I'm going to just make sure that the size is right compared to my top. And mine is good. So I have about 1 inch overlapping here. I'm going to take the tape that I prepared and put it in the center. Now that it's staying closed, I can use 2 more pieces of tape. One for the top and one for the bottom. And if you need help, just ask a grown-up. I can help you. Alright, so what we're doing is we're using the tape that was prepared first, a second piece of tape, and if you want to fold it around the end, you could. Just like that. Oh, I love how you did a heart there. That was a nice touch. Okay, great. Now what we need to do is we need to put the sparklers inside. So get a piece of tape, and I'm going to put it this way, not this way, but this way, along the length of the top of my sparklers. Great. And you're going to put it in to the bottom of the tube, making sure that it's in deep enough so that you don't see the top of your sparkle section of paper. Great. Okay, so we have our sparkles connected. Now we're going to add the top. So I'm going to have 2 pieces of tape. This part can be a bit tricky. So if you need to ask a grown-up for help, that's fine. I'm going to center it on like a cap right here. Alright, now that I know the position it's going to be, I'm going to put 1 piece of tape here and another piece of tape on the opposite side. And I'm going to put the lid on while bending back the tape. And you can wrap it around the edge. That's why it's good to have clear tape for this. Once you have those 2 pieces secured, if you want any more, you can go on and add it. So what we're going to do here is put the tape on the side of the cylinder, fold it back and add the lid. Get another piece of tape, put it on the other side of the cylinder, and attach it. And there you have it. These would make really cute decorations. You could put a piece of string and hang it up. What a nice way to decorate for Yom Ha'atzmaut. So let's show our final pieces. Great! Fantastic. And you see how fun it is to make Jewish art with kids of different ages. This is made by a almost 6-year-old. This is my example. And we have the work of a 9-year-old over here. How wonderful. Thanks. Happy Yom Ha'atzmaut. Happy birthday to Israel.